We can see with Esherick's table here that down at the bottom he's got it flared out, and that's a piece that's been joined to the legs that are coming down from the center, and that's what we're going to do today. Have you ever heard of the function that they build into table saws, where the minute it senses, I guess, meat, the blade stops, and it can be a hot dog. Check this out. My saw doesn't have that function. And what I've done is taken some of that famous hinoki wood. I think it's Japanese cypress. I have to double check on that. And I've joined it and planed it to be the same thickness as the leg that's jutting down. I'm going to join it with mortise and tenons. The mortises will be cut into the hinoki. So this is going to be a rather deep mortise that I need to cut. So I've relieved about a centimeter, maybe 15 mil in places, and that's enough for me to get my my router in there. So I'll make a pass, remove the meat, lower the blade, and do it again. You can see where I overshot with the table saw there a little bit. That can be remedied with a thin slice of wood that I glue in before I final assemble. I wanted to save the moment of truth for you. If it doesn't fit, then I'll edit this out. Now, if it doesn't fit, then I'll tell you what went wrong and how to avoid that. So far, smooth, snug. Okay, well that's pretty close. I'd imagine that a pipe clamp on either side pushing this way will snug that right up. That's my dog, Wiki. How you doing, buddy? You might see him running around in the shadows, stealing clamps off the workbench, or sandwiches, or sunglasses, or what else? Oh, you're pretending like it's not you, are you? I know who does that. Good boy. That's Boyke. So we can see that our rough angles are successfully cut from the top down to the middle of the leg. It's sloping inward, and then it slopes outward, and we couldn't complete our cut because that piece of wood won't fit through the bandsaw, which we had to set up to do a 40-degree cut. So our height isn't enough to make that piece of wood clear. Lucky for us, Rigid has the answer. We call it the saber saw. Now, when you can't clamp it, get your buddy to stand on it. That'll wait. Leave it rough for now. You know, I've got the curves cut into my cross pieces here, and I'm going to use the router to chamfer an edge on them, and I've got to be very careful where my joined legs intersect, because I don't want to go past that. That'll ruin the joint. Situations like that, where the chamfer is getting awful dangerously close, I'm not going to rely on the router to carry that chamfer through. I'm going to fade it out to the tip. So that chamfer will probably grow increasingly tight as we get to there. In these spots here, the cross lap joint, I was going to get the chisel and sharpen these babies to here. But to be honest, I like in the shadows at nighttime, I like the feeling that roundness brings. So I'm gonna leave it. So it's time to install dowels because I want to strengthen this joint here. So what we did was drive screws in to the beefiest part of the meat when I eyeball it this way, cut the heads of the screws off, sharpen the stubs, and then put the foot on and pound it a couple of times with your buddy over there checking that it's all level. And then you got marks. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll know where to drill by seeing those marks. Sometimes you need your friends. And this is a case where Nevitz is going to tell me up, down, right, or left, and we're going to hold a square up. And we're going to try and get ourselves a perfectly drilled up, right there. Sweet. See, if I was on my own, I would have been way off. So our dowels are in. This is a drag fit. Let's see if we get lucky here. That's pretty good. Yeah. Now that foot will be a whole lot stronger. No need to worry. What we're looking at right now is the curve towards the top inside under where it joins the table of the legs, and I feel like I miscalculated that one and I didn't get it very good. Now I'm afraid to use the jigsaw or the bandsaw to try and pull this one off because it's a bit of a blind cut. So I'm just going to sand it with the belt sander. The rest of that, we're using 40 grit, right? So we're going to have to go up through the grits as we give this thing its overall final sanding. And 60 to 80 to 100, and we'll go up to 150, I think. But I'm going to leave a little bit of a indiscrepancy here for when I come back in on this side. When I'm looking at it at night in the shadows is when I can see where my curves are satisfactory or if they need adjustment. Well, I was just cleaning the excrement from the termites that did all this damage here out, and somebody jumped out and ran right at me. Scared the bejesus out of me. Look at that monster. I wonder how long he's been living in there. Literally dug him out. He was caked in behind packed sawdust, which was, I guess, what the termites digested and excremented, or whatever the word is, excreted. He's alive. Look at him go. Don't know what kind of beetle that is. Maybe all that damage got done by beetles. I don't know. So we go back in his hole. He is. Oh no. Alright. We'll deal with this.